Yo, ready. It's Indio here on Kilo Radio. Guess what? We've got some new talent with you. She's not new talent, man. She's been doing this for quite some time. The multi-talented, the jewel from down under, the one and only Allie. And she's got Group of Roll coming with her. I don't know if they're all going to show up, but if they do, we'll be talking to them. But I tell you what, it's going to be a great show. She's got some great music she's going to be sharing with us. So go ahead, tell the wine, tell the kids, put something hot to eat, something cold to drink, put out the cat, put out the dog, because it's time for Onda Radio, right here on Q-Roll Radio. Mira nomás, I'm here. I'm alone. I'm by myself because I screwed up. I didn't invite her. No, just kidding. She's here. She's here. She's here. She's fixing to come on. Thank you to each and every one of you. Hey, it's fixing to be Halloween, and I was supposed to mention some stuff for y'all, and some great girls here. Obviously, they're here. Hilda and Hoya. They've been putting some stuff together. As you guys know, they have a show here with Cuba Radio, and they're also putting on another show that's going to be really, really awesome here in a couple of weeks. Hello Beat. They're having. They got all kinds of bands that are going to be there. Llamativa actually is a pretty awesome group that's going to be there. Also, Angel Miranda, Santiago Garza. They got a bunch of other groups. Los Arcos Hermanos Peña. They got a long name. But anyway, there's going to be some other people here that are going to be performing rather October the 15th, I believe, from 4 to 1 o'clock, 1:30. Saturday, October the 25th, sorry, at Code 45. Saturday, October the 25th, 4 p.m. to 1:30. It's a great show. The best way to support, keep the Onda moving is to go to the show and support them. And you know what? A lot of people are coming together with it, man. You got Houston Tejano hits that are helping out. You've got La Chupacabra broadcasting that are helping out. You've got all kinds of people that are out here helping out. So, man, go out there and support these people. There's a lot of great shows, a lot of great music that's going to be out there. And that's what you got to do, man. With that being said, I'll go ahead and remind you at the end of the show. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and play the intro to bring on the one, the only, the teen sensation herself, Allie and Grupo Row, Allie Vasquez. Here it goes. Hey, what's up? Hey, check it out. It's the Lone Mexican. He's there. Mira nomás. I put on my shirt. I got my Allie cap on. But I gave them free t-shirts and they're not wearing it.
He lost them. It was his fault.
It was his fault.
You can blame my wife.
He's not taking accountability for it. He just said to blame grandma. So it was
grandma's fault. It's okay. It did not bother me at all. Hold on just a second.
See what you did?
Oh, wait, I hit the mute button. I didn't hit the camera button. Oh, sorry. Just kidding. It doesn't bother me, mija. I'm too shallow to let any of that bother me. So let me just... How are y'all doing? How's it going?
We're good.
Just good. Okay, all that talking, and that's the best you could do. I did like all of this laughing. We're good. It's good. Well, thank you very much for being here, guys. Let me give some shout outs real quick. First of all, let's see here. From the start, my big main man, B. Borrado. How are you doing, brother? Thank you so very much for joining us. I'm sorry I did not respond to your texts and everything else. I don't know if, I don't really put out my personal business out there, but my mom has been sick and I've been trying to take care of her. So I apologize if I've missed your texts and everything else. Hilda, there you go. I just mentioned your stuff, girl. How are you doing? Thank you very much for joining us. La Joya as well. Thank you for joining us, girlfriend. Let's see here. What time is it? It's Tejano time. Shout out from DFW. Hey, Luis, how are you doing? Ford Muscle Luis is here as well. What's up, Allie? He says, it's great to see you and your grandpa Alfredo de Rios. How are you doing? The lovely and beautiful Vivian Chavez. Hello, Indio. How are you doing? How are you doing, girlfriend? Thank you so very much for joining us. We've got a good show coming up. Hey, shout out. And I'm hungry for turtle soup. His new name is Bob. Bob Bear. You know, also Bob Bear. So we'll go with that one. That's how good. Thank you, my friend. So, hey, Allie, you've got this new song that's going really, really good. And you know what? I'm really proud of you, girlfriend. I know you've got this great singing ability. I was actually having lunch with Shelly a couple of days ago, and we talked about, your career and how we've seen it. Because I remember meeting you when you were like 12 years old, and you're almost 15 now, and you know, Shelly and I, we were talking, we were crying actually, because it's been so long, and we're getting so old. But you're you had so much talent when you started. We know this. This is obvious, but you're still practicing. You're still using
He's still learning.
yeah. You're still learning. You're still moving forward. It's great to see. How do you see yourself? How have you seen yourself progress in these years that you've been doing what you've been doing?
I've seen myself progress in like more of like the I don't know how to say like on stage. Like I
Hmm.
used to be super duper like not moving at all. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
it's a personal thing. Like I would want to do it, but it just wouldn't happen. But now it just comes naturally, and it's just
Yeah, that comes with more time on stage. I remember when you first came on, and you were just like, "Thank you."
I
It
was
was just
scared.
that was it. But don't feel bad, because you know what? One of your cohorts, Alicia C, I love her to death. I remember her first time she was performing at Traders Village. She was so nervous, and she couldn't remember the lyrics, so she wrote them on her hand. She was like la la da da. Ah, la, da. So she was, and it would be really cool if you were like sleight of hand, but she was like, ah, it's like, what is she looking at? So, but that's okay. That's to be expected. And you're right. You have progressed more. You have talked more. I like the fact that you're interacting. One of the things that I've always said is about Ginny B is her ability to interact with uh, 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 with a crowd. The way she has control of the crowd when she's on stage is bar none for someone who's just new to Tejano. She's not new to music, obviously. She's been doing music for a long time. But to be new to Tejano music and be able to grab the crowd, Shelly, that was one of the things I loved about Shelly. It didn't matter. I know we were on stage. Well, we weren't on stage. We were at Abilene at the Coca-Cola Pavilion, and it was during the rodeo, and it was hot and sweaty, and everybody else, and half of the people are drunk, and they want hurry up, and the music and everything else. She came on stage and took care of the whole crowd. By the end of the night, everybody was like, "Oh my God, that was so amazing!" And they're like sweaty and chanclas all dirty and everything else, and you're like, "Oh," but they were all happy, and that's a talent. You have to grow into that, and that's really something, and that's really good. But I see you moving forward, and that's really really good. So at least we notice it. We notice it. Uh, um, Hilda says hi, Ali, and Mr. Alfredo Rios.
Hello.
Hello.
Buddy says, "Hey there, Alfredo. How are you doing,
Hi,
What's up,
buddy.
buddy?
buddy? No turtle soup for you, jerk."
No turtle soup.
Yeah,
No.
she's got a pet turtle. That's why that whole joke is terrible. Did you lose it, or what? I don't remember the story. I just remember the turtle thing.
So the turtle ran away from me. It doesn't like me.
It doesn't. I didn't
No.
know turtles were like that. They're so vindictive. They have their own house. I can move. Turtles are like they're like quite trash. Man, I can move, man. I, I, whenever they get hit by a tornado, we're gonna stay and rebuild. It's like, dude, you can move. Your house has wheels. But sorry, I'm feeling weird today. But yeah, why did he leave?
I took him to use the restroom, and then he left me.
Did you have like pay or something? How do you take a turtle to eat? You took him outside?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? That's one question I've never asked. I've asked that question for a lot of things. Like I was one of those kids that would ask that weird question. It's like everybody loved John Wayne, but for me, it was always like John Wayne always told you stuff. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna go get those Indians and all this other stuff. I always wondered if he ever went to the bathroom. Because all of the movies they never said that. It's like,
Right?
I tell you what, Pilgrim, we're stopping. I gotta go poo poo. It's just, what do you say to that? Janie, Hola, chica. She says,
Hi, Grandma.
hello. How are you doing? Hi, Grandma. And the loon. She says, hi, Ellie. Lawrence and the loon. The loon Meskin. See? So that's it. Norma Salazar, my good friend. How are you doing? She says, hello, everyone. And you guys had a good show yesterday, so that's really cool. Alfredo, what have you been up to, bro? What's it like for you to have Allie there? You know, you've been doing this a long time, bro, and now you see your granddaughter. you know,
Yeah.
it was all cute and everything. You know, she's in JV, junior high. She's like, we're gonna go play at our school. Okay, mija. But now she's in high school, and you're like, oh shit. What do you mean you want to wear shorts? No. It's like,
A la rodilla,
yeah, right. It's just you have 1 inch above your knee, and that's it.
right?
Does he give you any of those rules? Yeah,
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Actually, grandma is her actual wardrobe.
Oh, her
She makes
wardrobe.
sure she makes sure she's still dressed as a young girl.
Well, yeah, I think it's unfortunate, but today we try to push our children to be adults too much. I'm 50 years old and I'm still a kid, so I still get scolded by my wife, and so
Me
it
too.
does. Yeah,
Okay,
there's.
me too.
She yells at me all the time.
Yeah, it's all the time, right? Hey, Jojo Herrera, how are you doing? Tejano Up in the house. Hello, Indio. Allie from Tejano Up Radio. You're available on November 23rd. Como come and do the meet and greet for the Toys for Tejanitos. You guys know we do Toys for Tejanitos. I'm a big supporter of helping out, and Toys for Tejanitos. I've been helping out for, I think this is like the third year. They're a great organization. You guys need to come on out. They do
Yeah,
the meet and greet. They also do the,
we did that last year.
I think
yeah. Y'all
Yeah,
need to, well, I mean, if you can, coming out, it's a great cause.
yeah, yeah.
And for those of you that want to attend, it's actually at a different place this time. Jojo, put down the place. I don't remember where it's going to be. It's going to be at a different place, better parking, because one year it was all dirt. I mean, it was like wet dirt, and I'm like, okay, this is not good. Which is, I wear boots. That's cool, but if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be wearing the slicky dress and all the pumps and everything else, and then she's out
Yeah.
there in the mud, and you hear them arguing. I told you not to wear the hoochie pumps. Now look at you. And, and so, but yeah, it's at the Thirsty Horse. There you go. Thank you so very much. November 23rd, the Thirsty Horse. That's where you need to go. Yeah, the Toys for Tejanitos, great organization. We have to take care of each other. Nobody's going to help us, especially in this day and age. Money's being cut everywhere. And so the best thing we can do is just help each other and be human to each other. Imelda de la Cerda, she says hello. Um,
Hello.
hello.
Hi, Imelda. Thank you so very much for joining us. But anyway, getting back to you guys, I'm sorry I'm going a little off script here. I'm a little,
Lawrence, the difference between like when I was growing up is I didn't really have any mentors. I didn't have somebody to teach me, or to follow, because there wasn't anybody. I had to do this all on my own because I wanted to play music, right?
mhm.
And I see Allie, all the support that she gets from Jenny, from you, from just everybody that helps her out and supports her and stuff. And that to me is like, it's God sent for all you people that support her. Because I never had that as a kid growing up. you know
Yeah.
Not only the people who support, but for the people who give me a chance, because they might just see a little girl who sings, but for me, that's not. I do more than
yeah,
just sing.
she's always looking for opportunities.
Of course.
Mhm. Yeah, that's really. I mean, we talk all the time. I mean, not all the time, but whenever we get an opportunity, we talk. And I really admire that about you, Ali. Is that you have a good head on your shoulders, and you have a great drive, and humility is a very valuable quality in a human, to be able to understand that we still have a capacity to learn. to be able to accept the fact that we will never be as good as we want to be, and that's the drive that should always keep us going. And there's nothing wrong with being afraid, or not necessarily being afraid, but having the nervous jitters right before a show, because that means you care. You want to have a good performance, and those are all good things. But it's good to have and good to understand, and because far too often nowadays, especially, people young people are often accused or criticized for being too overconfident, or you know feeling entitled that they should get this, and it's not. That's
Yeah.
why I always make that comment. Like, people, they wake up in the morning and say, I want to be a singer. That's not how it works. I, Whitney Houston, a lot of people say Whitney Houston's my inspiration. Whitney Houston actually practiced every day. Well, 5 days a week. She practiced 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, until she accomplished over 10,000 practice hours before she sang her first song on a microphone. And that's a lot of practice,
Oh yeah.
And so when your instrument is singing, practice your instrument. Whatever instrument you use, practice it. That's I can pick up anything and perform with it, but that doesn't make me a musician. They're far better people than me, by far. They actually know what they're doing. I just kind of fumble around. I pretend like I'm knowing, and then I fall down and say, "Oh, I broke my arm. Sorry." Sorrio sacando no more. Eric Valderrama, he says, "Hola, hey, how are you doing, brother?
How you
Thank you so
doing,
very much."
Rick?
Yeah, Rick, my main man, Rick. He's got some great stuff coming up. I can't wait for everybody to share what he's been sharing with me, because the man is doing some great things. Maria Banda, thank you so very much for joining us, sweetheart. She says, love to see grandpa and granddaughter. Allie is talented, young, and beautiful lady. All right, thank you so very much. You didn't say anything about me. Thank you so very much for making me feel small and insignificant. I'm just kidding.
How you doing?
She's gonna be, that guy is so self-centered. Just like, Luis says, greetings from La Casita, Garciaville, just outside of Rio Grande City.
Hello, Garcia.
Hijo de su, yeah. You guys are in, don't tell me, in the valley. Just in Texas. No, no, actually, Conroe, Texas is where y'all guys are at.
Conroe.
No, I know. I have it written down right here. I had to look. just kidding.
Just
No,
north of Houston.
just north of Houston. Hey, let me ask you this real quick. Allie, I know you've performed at your junior high. Have you performed at high school yet?
I have just last Friday.
And what was that like?
It was fun. It was definitely interesting. I wasn't scared, but I was scared. But it was more.
I was the one that was all.
He was running around like a crazy person. But we got through the show, and regardless of what happened, it was fun and it was good.
Because you know how critical sound check is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We didn't get a chance to do sound check.
Mm. Oh my
And
gosh. Yeah, no wonder you were up. I would be too.
Yeah.
they had asked me very last minute, but of course I still said yes because why not?
She
And
loves to play.
and well, I said yes, and it was last minute, so that's all you need to know. It was last minute.
When I ran sound, I did it for a lot of Spanish language bands. But like I said, I didn't really grasp any of what they were saying, but I did know music, and I heard a lot of pitches. So a lot of times we did that. We would get there late, and it was just plug everything in and get on stage and perform. And in a minute and a half, I would just I would just say, play something, and I can set everything up, and then I'd tell you, start singing it. Everything was where I needed it to be. It didn't take me more than about a minute and a half to get everything done. Tell me to do it now, and I don't know. But back then I
What did
was
you say? Where were you on Friday?
right. I like this. What did he say? Toronja para arriba. I was sleepy. Yeah, no, but it's good that you. What do your friends say now? I mean, I'm assuming they didn't know that you had performed up until they said, "Hey, you sing, come and sing for us. That's usually what happens when they tell you spur of the moment. So what did they say once they found out?
Who, the teachers or my friends?
Your friends.
Well, I keep my circle small, like regardless. So
Hmm.
like my close friends, they all know that I sing. They all support me, and they actually all went to the gig at school. But like other than that, everybody else just has their little comments to say, of course. But I mean, it's okay.
Yeah. If they, because that's school, she thinks she's cute. Just
Yeah.
don't tell them you're ugly, but she's fat. Well, I can lose weight, you're still ugly. Just don't do that. I'm just kidding. Phoenix, Rick Phoenix Manso. He says, "What's up? What's up? How are you doing,
What's up?
brother?" Thank
How
you
you
so very much
doing?
for joining us, brother. Janie says, "Yes, Conroe, Texas. I got it, girl. I was there. I have it written down, like I told you. I know what's going on." Luis says, "Wow, I like that Shell Shock Records 3 shirt you got on. Nice. Yeah, she doesn't have the Cuba Radio one that I gave you.
I do.
It's just like two or three of them, I think. I
I do.
don't know. Yeah, they're using it in the garage to wipe the tools when they're working on the car. Remember when the turtle went when he perished? That's why they wrapped him up and put him in. Just, just kidding. It was a great show, says Janie. She enjoyed it, and it's good though. I mean, do they treat you any differently, or is it still who she thinks she is, or is it like, hey, that's cool, can I get free tickets? You're like, yeah, if you move some speakers.
Tell them the story about the kids that were. Remember, you told them, well, you can Google me and you can find me, right?
I was in class and I was just doing my work, and out of nowhere, they just pull up, I am a child. And I am a child, one, I was like very young, so of course I'm mature. And not at all am I ashamed or embarrassed of the music video, but I look different, of course. Like I'm gonna look
She was
different.
11.
I was
You were
11.
11 years old. I mean, you were like this tall too.
And my voice was different, of course. So, and they had it full blast, and they just put it on the Chromebook on YouTube, and they just put it in the air. And I was just like, "Is that me? Like,
Oh no.
am I seeing this right?" And it was me. And my best friend is in that class, and she was like, she just told them like, "What was the point of that? Like, was there a need for that? Like," and they were just like, "Oh, we were just trying to hear what she sounded like." And I was like, "Okay, you can hear what I sound like, but maybe like not in front of the whole 30 kids in their class, like. And I told them, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna search myself up and like you can read it. And they were like, this kid that was sitting next to the one with the Chromebook was like, turn that off, like that hurts my ears. And he was just like talking down, like super badly, just talking down. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do in that moment because like I just felt so like out of words. Like I had nothing, absolutely nothing to say to him. Like I just sat there and while he was telling me to give up on my music career.
Well, if he has a crossword for you, again, tell him, hey, look, you know what? I talked to my favorite DJ, and he used to be in the military, and he says he can knock a tick off a dog's ass at 2,000 yards with a shotgun. So maybe you shouldn't say anything because he knows where you live. Just
Yeah. Well, he was just like I didn't even know him. I had never talked to him ever, and like it was just so random, and it just made me feel like why?
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there. Jenny says it was a packed house on Friday, by the
It
way.
was.
Yeah, and let me just share this with you. When I did my first feature film, and we showed it at a theater here in town, and a lot of friends and family of the artists were there, and people that I had invited, and a lot of people came and they watched it, and they, oh my gosh! But a couple years later, a friend of mine, he's like, hey, I saw this thing. Did you do it? And I was like, yeah. He goes, well, it didn't do anything. And I was like, so what? He goes, yeah, well, why'd you do it? And I was like, I don't care if anybody liked it. My mom liked it, and that's good enough for me.
Right?
How many movies have you made? So I really don't. I never let people put a measurement on who I am because
Yeah.
it's not fair. First of all, because they don't know who you are or how hard you work, and secondly, if they understood what it took to make a song, first of all, you know what it took. You know how many times you had to go into the studio. You know what it took for the people that recorded the song. Every musician had to go in there and record the song. What Shelly had to do to put it together. How many hours she spent to mix and master it. Remember doing the music video? How many kids didn't show up? How many kids showed up? What it was like to herd the cats that were the kids to put them out into space. It wasn't easy.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And if they don't have any appreciation for that kind of work, then they shouldn't be saying anything. So I always say everybody's entitled to their opinion. This is true, but not everybody's opinion has any validity. It doesn't have a lot of validness. I can say, hey, Paul is a terrible plumber, but I don't know how to plumb. So what good is it?
Yeah.
But if Billy the plumber says Paul is a bad plumber, I'm going to believe Billy.
Yeah.
My opinion doesn't matter. So that's why it's no big deal. Uh-oh. Indio, that is not nice. I was kidding. First of all, a shotgun can't go 2,000 miles. But
Right?
I could. Well, I'm not even going to go there. But yeah, she told the boy, go to Google yourself, and you have 4 songs coming up. Not only that, but you have music videos that you have done. You have performances in front of hundreds of people, and so you've got accomplishments. You don't need to validate yourself in front of anybody, ever. You are who you are, and you know what? As long as your family loves you, you're good to go. Yeah, because it's when you don't have that inner circle. Success is nothing without somebody to share it with. That's a fact. And so when you have your family behind you, you're good. Ada Nurad, hi. How are you doing, Ada? Where are you coming? Oh, thank you very much for joining us, Ada. Ada. I hope I said your name right. Sorry if I butchered it. But no, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a listen to your mariachi song. I just recently put it up. Actually, the reason I'm a little disheveled is because I was working on a music video that I was going to make to surprise Allie. However, I ran out of time, and then I couldn't find any of my cables. And I'm not lying, like maybe 20 seconds before we started, I found all the cables to put my camera to work because the other camera
I
is
probably
not working.
Yeah, I probably held you up, right?
Huh?
Remember we talked for about an hour.
I'm that bad. Just okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead. He's horrible. Hey, you know what? I do want to do one thing. Where'd it go? Oh. So in my mini travels, I always purchase gear, and I bought this the last time. By the way, Allie generously gave me this one. She even autographed it for me.
Of course.
She gave me this cap. I bought another cap. I have that one over there, but she gave me this cap. That's why I wear this one. The one that she bought, the one that I bought is over there. But I bought another T-shirt, and Allie, you can pick one at the end of the show. Who gets to get this T-shirt, and I'll send it off to them
Oh.
with some merch. Is that cool?
Yes.
So y'all guys keep commenting, and you comment if you comment in there, and no, don't put comment in there. I want you to say something and something nice, not like what I've been saying because I'm weird. But Allie will go through and she'll pick your name. If she picks your name, then you get the stuff, and no picking grandma. So Allie or mom or dad, both of you. By the way, your parents are super cool. I really enjoy talking to them. They're really cool. And hold on, I have to pull up the name of your song because I forgot. You're it's this is a good song, and the fact that you caught me by surprise, and the reason I say is just that it's a good thing to branch out and to keep trying new things, and I don't feel I don't feel I don't feel like you should be put into a box. That's not what I meant. It's just that it's a different side of you that hadn't heard, and it's a good side. Luis says, "Wow, Lawrence, nice cap and a t-shirt, bro." Yeah, I got this one. Alfredo gave me this one. I wanted to pay for it. He's like, "No, I'm not gonna pay for it." So anyway, and they took me to dinner one time. That was really cool. So here is Por Amor a Ti. I've been practicing. See, nobody knows. Por Amor a Ti from the one and only Allie, and it goes like this. And that's her grandpa. That's Alfredo. He's a good friend of mine. I can say that. It goes like this right here on Kibo Radio.
Por amor a ti, tiré mi corazón. Te di 1000 besos y tú me engañaste. Qué tonta soy. Por amor a ti, hoy vivo en tu prisión. Con tus ojos no me encadenaste, maldito amor. No, ya no te voy a rogar, de ti me voy a escapar si no me entregas tu amor. Yo ya te entregué el corazón. Trátalo bien, por favor. Tu prisionera seré, tan solo por amor. Por amor a ti, hoy vivo en tu prisión. Con tus ojos tú me encadenaste, maldito amor. No, ya no te voy a rogar, de ti me voy a escapar si no me entregas tu amor. Ya te entregué el corazón. Trátalo bien, por favor. Mi prisionera yo sigo, contigo por amor.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Luis says, "Wow, awesome song, awesome mariachi song from Allie." There you go. And Ada says, "Wow, great sounds." Hey, David Vella's here. Hey, David Vella says, "Hello from Oakland. Oakland is watching." Janie says, "Beautiful voice, beautiful young lady." think you're a little biased, maybe. Vivian says, "Great song, great vocals." So and it, of course, Ali, it is a great song, great vocals. Good friend Gavino Perez, he says, "Hola, amigo, how are you doing? Hey, how are you doing, Gavino? Hey, nice profile picture, bro." He's like, "How you doing?" Gracie, by the way, she's like, "Yeah, that guy was not cool." So she was the one in your classroom that was giving you grief. She said that guy's not cool. Something about tell his mom to start collecting bail money. Just kidding. No, she didn't say anything. Like, I want to get in so much trouble. She's Gracie's a Mexican woman, so I'm waiting for the chancla. Yeah, that's one thing that I always kid about with the Hispanic females. They always use the chancla. That's a real thing. She's got like a boomerang chancla. She can take it off and put it back on. It's like David Vela says, "Great voice," and Gavino says, "I love that song." I am just weird today. Sorry. Now, what was that like for you? Why did you decide to do a mariachi song? Because I know when one of the things that she really, if y'all guys have ever seen an interview with Shelly or ever talked to her or anything else, one of the things that's really a unique quirk about Shelly Lares is when she has you in mind, she'll actually dream about you when she writes a song. She's like, she has it in her head, I need a song for so and so. And then when she's asleep, she wakes up and she's like dreaming the song. And that's how a lot of her songs come in. And don't ask her to show you a song on her phone, because she'll be like this. Hold on, I got this one.
That's exactly what she said.
I told you. See, I know. I've known her since she was 15. Trust me, I know.
Oh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Hold on. It's this one. No, that's not it.
Oh, it's this one, and then it's.
And then she's like,
on.
"That's cool." Oh no, we're not doing that. And you're like, "Quit! Put them in catalogs or something, man." She's like, "This is my country phase. That's my cumbia phase." And you're like,
"Scrolling forever."
I know. She's wonderful. But anyway, she does dream about you, and she's like, "Oh, you know what? This is be a great song." So what was the motivation? Was it her or was it you for this mariachi song? Because that's why I say you caught me by surprise. Not a bad thing, but a good thing when you came out with this mariachi song. And it, once again, it flexes your voice. It's flexing your muscle, because you're like, wow, she can really do mariachi. That's really good.
So I brought it up to Shelly that I wanted to do something more than just a cumbia, because I do have two cumbias, and I also have like not lyrical, but like calm. But I wanted to do like something that would showcase more of what I can do, and that's not all I can do. So there's still more. But
Oh yeah.
I wanted a mariachi song. Like I've always wanted a mariachi song. Like that's something that I always wanted. So I told her that, and then she composed this beautiful song, and she sent it to my mom, and then I listened to it, and I was like, "Yep, this is it." So then I practiced it and went in the studio.
That's good. Yeah. That's really awesome that you have that accessibility, because original music a lot of times is hard to come by. I just did an interview last week with David Ligarza, and that's the first thing he said. Coming across music that he wants. There's not as many writers as there were before writing his type of music that he likes, and so it's very hard to come by. Vicky V, how are you doing, sweetheart? She says, "Hello, everyone."
Hello.
George jumps in. He says, "Saludo, Indio, and everyone from Cali, Freestyle Cartel in the building." How are you doing, George? Thank you so very much for joining us. We are here with the one and only, the Lone Mexican, and Allie. So we're here to join and listen to some music and talk some chit-chatting and everything else. And I'm really glad. What is your next project? And not that I want you to hurry up and do this, because this song, you released it. When did you release it? Like
May 5th.
May? Yeah. Cinco de Mayo? Yeah. It's Cinco de Mayo.
It was Cinco de Mayo.
It was Cinco de Mayo. I like mayo. That's how I know. Just I don't. But yeah, it was during Mexican Independence Day. Just kidding. It's not. You know why we celebrate
Well,
Cinco de
so
Mayo, right?
what is your next?
Yeah. What's your next project? What are you doing next? What's the one thing that you're going to do next? What's the next song that you're pushing out? Or what are you thinking about? And don't
I'm
say Bad Bunny because he's doing.
no. I'm thinking
No.
more of like something. Okay, although my voice needs to be showcased, I really want to get my band Allie in the studio. I think that would be an amazing experience, and they all play wonderful, and I love them all. So I really think getting them in the studio and showcasing their talent too, because they all have talent, would be some like one of my what I would want to do for my next.
Your band has actually gone through a little metamorphosis. It's changed. You've got some new
Yeah.
band members. Your accordionist, I do know, but not from the normal channels. I actually know her from first. It's a her. Yeah, she does play accordion, and I know her from Texas Folk Life because she was the ambassador, the accordion ambassador for Texas Folk Life. Not only is she beautiful, but this girl can throw down on that accordion. And
Yeah.
I've seen her in competition, and I was like, damn, that thing's gonna burn up because she really knows her stuff. She practices a lot, and she is a true representative of her trade. She knows what she's doing for sure.
Yeah,
So,
I actually reached out to her on TikTok. Is
uh
where I
huh.
found her because we were in the transition mode and trying to find different musicians for Allie, and that's where I found Johnny. Johnny,
Hmm.
he's the bajo player. Jace, he's the bass player. He's son of MC2, Monico
Oh,
S.
yeah.
He's 16 years old. So, uh, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talent out there on social medias.
Yeah.
You know?
Social media has really helped. Believe it or not, it has helped like with
No,
finding
it hasn't.
band members because well, I didn't have a band for the longest time, and I had a band, and then you know people went their separate ways, so I had no band, and that was like wow, I went from having my band to having nothing, and now I have even better. So
Well, it always works out,
it always works out, and
yeah, it does. It always works out. And to be honest with you, it's okay. That's part of the system. You know, Alfredo, you know this.
Yes.
Going through band members, it happens all the time, especially when you find a good one and other bands want to poach them. I was in a band and we were really, really good. And we opened up for Grupo Culturas. This is what I always share with D. Because he stole three of our band members. The accordion, the saxophone. No, I'm just. It was accordion, saxophone, and guitar. They all left. The core of our group went with
yeah.
Culturas, and so yeah. So guess where I went with Culturas. So, so
You
yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do, right?
No, but I mean, it happens. I'm just saying it happens. It does happen. But you know what? As long as you've got, and by the way, the reason Alfredo is here is not because I'm going to ask inappropriate questions, because he's the one that takes care of her musical career. And it's good to have somebody who has insight and knowledge about the system, especially in this day and age. If you are an aspiring artist, or if you just recently got into the business and you're listening just to hopefully get some pointers or something like that, or you're interested, be mindful that music is also a business.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
It is a business, and so you need someone to help you. You need someone to guide you. And although there's a lot of us that have good intention, there's a lot of them that don't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of me's in this business. There's very few we's. There's a lot of
Yes.
me's, and so it always helps to have somebody with you. Find yourself a good circle, a small circle. Make your circle small, Make sure that you can trust each and everybody that's in there, because I guarantee you it's going to help you in the future. It's the only way that you can move forward. And be careful who you let inside your circle, because they won't. They could lead you astray. And I'm telling you, it's great, Alfredo. We've had long conversations, you and I, and you're well versed in the system here. But what are your thoughts of the trajectory that Allie's been on? Because you and I know back in the day, the people they would be very reluctant to go outside their wheelhouse. We're gonna sing conjunto. That's all we're gonna sing. We're not gonna do
Yeah.
mariachi. We're gonna do this, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because if we change, we'll lose our listeners. And Allie's just like, I don't want to sing. Tomorrow I'm singing something and rock and roll. And you're like, whoa, wait,
You never know.
slow your roll. But it was very rare that we would change back in the day. It was not common. That's why I said you surprised me, not in a bad way, in a good way, because we're not used to it. For those of us that are older, and I'm old, mija. I went to prom with Moses. We shared a dinosaur.
Oh,
So sorry. Go ahead, Alfredo.
No, I mean it's it's tough. I mean, uh, I started playing when I was 14, 15 years old, and like you're saying, all we did was we played the traditional Mexican music, which is cumbias, slow songs, and rancheras. And that's all we did. We didn't do anything. But actually, the band that I had, we were a little bit more diverse because we played some oldies and we played some like rock around the clock and stuff like that. So we were more versatile than,
Mm,
than just your than just your standard Mexican music.
yeah.
Traditional Mexican music.
and the diversity is what I love about music because you can play anything. And me personally, I love everything. There's not just one musical genre that I love because I love it all. I
Yeah.
love I love it all, and that's what I love about the music because you can do whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Janie says that Allie has an amazing band. They're all under 20 years old,
Yes,
20 years and under. Alfredo's not 20 years old.
he's young, my friend.
Sorry, bro.
No, I'm old.
J-
I'm old.
JD says that's the beauty about Tejano music. You can play it all. Of course. You know what? I'll share a story with you next. Actually, you can ask Shelly about it. When Shelly was in California, they wanted her to sing some country music, and she's like, "Okay, what song do you want?" And they were like, "Well, we have to get you a band," and she's like, "My band can play it," and they're like, "Yeah, but your band is a Tejano band." And she's like, "Yeah,"
Yeah.
and they're like, "You don't. We need to get you a country band." And she's like, "They can play it. They play everything," and they were really surprised because a lot of other traditional bands cannot.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, country bands cannot play Tejano music. There are very few people that can. Rock and roll bands, there's no way you're going to get somebody who plays rock and roll drums to play cumbias.
Yeah,
It'll drive them crazy.
yeah.
That the Tejano artist is able to encompass all genres. That's what the beauty of, like Jamie says, that's the beauty of Tejano music. It is influenced by country music, by rock and roll, by R&B, by all this other stuff, and it's I'm sorry, Janie just chimed in and said, "The musicians, not the manager." I I was making a joke,
My
Janie.
well, my little
Don't get
friend on
mad.
the drum, he's not 20 years old. He's
Oh, as a
She
matter
said
of fact,
under 20.
yeah. As a matter of fact, I mean, my son, which is Junior, and her
Hmm.
uncle, he's filling in right now on drums.
Uh huh.
And if for any chance if there's anybody out there in the Houston area that is wanting to join a group, a Tejano group, we do Tejano, we do a little bit of Norteño light. If they're interested, just hit me up. I'm on social media under Lil Mexican. You can find me there. Shoot me a message. Whatever. That's what we're looking at for right now is actual drummer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so here, let me get this up real quick, cause so that way you can get everything. So you heard it from the man himself. If you have, or if you are an aspiring, or not, do you want an aspiring? I like
I
new
want.
drummer.
I'm looking for somebody that loves to play music.
Who's gonna have the
Correct.
dedication?
Yes.
Who
That I'm sorry.
Who's gonna be dedicated?
Dedicated, yes. Somebody who's dedicated um, to music, to playing, to practice, bro. Practice. That's the thing. I have a lot of friends that are really good musicians, but they don't practice. They think that their talent alone is enough, and it's not. The talent alone is never enough. Uh, I know a lot of people who have a ton of talent but don't practice, and they're not any good. And I know a ton of people who are not as talented but have 10 times more drive, and because they have that drive, they are far more successful. I will take somebody who's dedicated and has drive way over somebody who's super talented by far. So if you want to help them out, or if you want to get any more information, you can always go to their Facebook. Check it out, mira. Yes, the magical QR code has shown up. It's the Facebook for Allie. It's the Allie and EE Row Grupo Row official Facebook, so that way you can get in touch with them, hire them. She's taking gigs. Yes, she
Right.
goes to school.
Yes, I go to school.
She goes to school, but that doesn't mean school is going to get in the way, because it gets out at 3:30. If you're having a party at 3:30, what are you doing? That's another thing, by the way. What's with the why do Mexicans have to have beer parties for kids? Come on over. Is my baby's birthday? We're gonna have a keg, man. We're gonna have like party and everything. How old is she gonna be? It's like two. Wait.
That's just us, Benny.
It's like, is the kid good? Is the kid gonna be drinking? We're gonna be taking Jello shots. And I was like, whoa. Yes, that's it. Just Vivian says, "There's the magic." Yes, Vivian, that is the magic. And Ada says, "Is correct." Yes, practice, practice. It's all fun playing music. That's right. Yeah. Well, practicing. If you enjoy what it is that you do, you practice and you enjoy what it is. You know what I really do love is when, like, I've written a lot of music, and when I was helping out another artist, and I was also singing in the band, playing and singing in the band. But the music that I wrote, or that I helped write, I loved it because I wrote it very flat. The way I produced it was very flat. So that way, when we were on stage, the artists the musicians, they could put in their own, make it their own, put in their own licks, because everybody has their favorite. Instead of just do da, I'm gonna play it do da ba da 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 ba da ba da ba da do da, because it makes it their own, and it's much more fun.
Yeah, yeah.
You want it to sound cool on the radio, but you want it to be like, whoa, you need to see them live.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I always tell them. You want a good song on the radio, but the live show, you want them to go, dude, song sounds cool right now. Go see them live.
Yeah.
That's the real thing. Jenny B can really sound really, really good on the radio, but when you see her live, you're gonna be, oh, damn, because she's really an amazing show. Yeah.
Yes.
Full of energy, full of energy. Wow, NDO, such a great young artist. Allie is a beautiful voice. Yes, she's got a great voice, great time, and she's tall. She's not as tall as me, but she's still in there.
Probably.
I think she's taller than you now.
Well, she wears heels. Last time she was wearing those boots, those the whatchamacallit, and I was like, dang, girl, I was gonna kick her in the knee so that way she wouldn't be so tall.
Was it at Fanfare?
It was at Fanfare, yeah. You were fixing to perform. We took a picture, and I was like, oh. You know what's horrible is most Native Americans are usually tall. But my mom is 4'10".
Oh wow.
My mom's tiny. My
Yeah.
dad, my dad, God rest his soul, he was 5'9". So he was average height. But all of my cousins, all of them are 6 feet and above. Even my son's 6 feet tall. I have a cousin that's 7'4".
Oh wow.
Yeah, he wears a size 22 shoe. I mean, he's got a huge feet.
Did he play basketball?
Hell no. No, he was. I was like, dude, he's the one that I told you about, man, bro. And after I bailed him out out of jail, I was like, bro, you need to get a new job, cause this stealing thing ain't working out. You're not good at it. You keep getting caught.
Right.
You get mow grass or something else, cause the thieving thing. It ain't working out, bro. Do something else. You're not a good thief. Go do something else. That ain't good practice for you. But yeah, no, I am short. Yeah, my mom's tiny. My grandmother was like 4'8". She's a certified dwarf. So yeah, I was like, oh, grandma, it's bad. She didn't speak with an accent. She spoke English very clearly. But every time I saw her, I was like, "Hi, Grandma, how you doing? Get back on the Lucky Charm box, would you?" And she's got pink hearts, yellow clovers. So, but it's all part of the. Most people don't know that they have his Native American blood, but usually the height is one of the things that does tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, that's one of the things. But good for you. Let's go ahead and listen to another song. The like I said earlier, I was rushing to try to get everything done because I was having problems with my with my camera. But we have cuando estoy cuando. Wait, how did that song go?
Cuando estoy
Cuando estoy
contigo.
contigo.
Cuando estoy contigo. Just like I said, cuando estoy contigo. Just like that's the way I said it. It's a great song. Tell me a little bit about that song real quick before we play it. What was it like for you when you first? I have a problem with young people singing songs that are kind of, romantic, like, because sometimes they don't know how to emote emotion. But you make it very fun, which is really, really cool. And it's not it works. It works with your voice and it sounds right. Because sometimes when you're too young, it doesn't, Maria Paula's first song, it really didn't sound really well for me. It didn't hit right. Her second one that she did with Shelly, that one sounded really, really good. That's a little girl. She was like 9 years old. She did the Selena impersonations. But she also recorded with Shelly. She did one song with Shelly. That song sounded really, really good. But it was
Yeah,
more of a,
where you going with that is, Allie's voice is when somebody asks, how old she is, and you tell her how old she is, and they're kind of like, wow, she sings like that, because her voice is not sounding like a child.
yeah, no. That's exactly right. You're right. It fits it and it emotes. Emote means you show emotion with your voice. That's what emote is. So you can emote very well. You can it carries that. You don't sound happy in a sad song. You sound happy in a happy part.
I think it's more of playing the part,
Hmm.
not even just like mentally thinking about what I'm singing about. It's just for me, it just like, well, if I'm gonna say amor, it's clearly about love. So I'm gonna just feel it. I just have to feel the song, and if I don't feel the song, then it's not gonna work. So we have
Right.
to.
That's exactly it. Very wise of you to say that. That is very, very, very true. And that's exactly what I was saying. I said it kind of in a geeky, nerdy kind of way, and you said it in kind of a cool singer kind of way. Janie says, Lucky Charms, it's my favorite. Just had a bowl. Yes, we did. So I don't eat cereal, but I know. So, Cuando estoy contigo, let's go ahead and take a listen to it. It goes like this. Thank you so very much. I'm sorry I'm being weird, but I'm trying to get through this because I felt a little disheveled. But anyway, that is the one and only Ali. That is the lone Mexican. And I'm Indio here on Cuba Radio.
Besos en la piel, dulce como miel, de tus ojos claros me estoy enamorando. No sé si está bien, pero te encontré, no puedo evitarlo, te juro que te amo. Cuando estoy contigo soy reina en un castillo, te quiero tanto amor, vida me llenas de ilusión. Cuando estoy contigo te siento solo mío, y pierde la razón, por ti mi loco corazón, mi amor. No sé si está bien, pero te encontré, no puedo evitarlo, te juro que te amo. Cuando estoy contigo soy reina en un castillo, te quiero tanto amor, vida me llenas de ilusión. Cuando estoy contigo te siento solo mío, pierde la razón, por ti mi loco corazón, mi amor. Cuando estoy contigo soy reina en un castillo, te quiero tanto amor, vida me llenas de ilusión. Cuando estoy contigo te siento solo mío, pierde la razón, por ti mi loco corazón, mi amor. Cuando estoy contigo, cuando estoy contigo,
Oh, we can't hear you.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes. Or you on mute?
Good. Because I was singing Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You know, I said, Jenny says, I love that Shelly and Jose Rosario writes songs for Allie's age like this one. It's puppy love song, and it's a good song, and it's written well, and it works. That's what I'm saying, and uh, it's more advanced than the song that you had before. It's giving you more options for your voice. You know what I'm saying? It's allowing you to express yourself more. Um, it's not a it's you can tell certain people how they choose their songs. Some people that rely more on a show, they're very choppy songs. It's real quick. But people that love to sing that really hit the notes, they have these long notes. Uh, uh, um, Gabriel, whatever his
Gabriela
name.
Martinez?
No. The guy, he passed away. He's a real great singer.
Juan Gabriel?
Juan Graviel. There you go. Sorry, it hit me. Yeah, that guy. Um, when I first heard his music, the one thing that really struck me was the fact that he had so much power. He could whisper in one in one frame, one quartet, and then jump to this high power note in the next.
Yeah.
To be able to go from one to the next and then go right back to a whisper is just incredible talent. But he always all the songs that I've ever heard from him, and I'm sure he's got hundreds, but the songs that I heard, they're very power ballads, and it's wonderful. But not everybody can sing like that. Some people sing the real short, choppy, choppy, chop songs.
Yeah.
And so, and by the way, let me clear this up real quick. Ramon Ayala doesn't sing.
No,
No.
he sings.
I, I,
He sings backups.
Yeah. So
yeah,
when,
he sings back up and he plays the accordion, but he's not a singer. It's just that somebody sent me this thing. You're wrong, because it's who's your favorite Tejano singer, and they put Ramon Ayala, and I was like,
Manuela doesn't sing.
and it's not Tejano music.
that's norteño music.
Yeah, and he was like with a band called Relámpagos del Norte.
Yeah.
I think that's a Norteno band. That's why I don't like it. It's called Norton No. And so, just, just kidding. Luis says that song called Cuando Estoy Contigo. Yes, it's phenomenal. Yes, it's a phenomena. Yes, it's phenomenal. For sure. It's a great song. Like I said, it's very well. And plus, it's using her newfound ability and to push it. She's got great range. And I've been lucky enough to see you perform live, so I know what you can do. And I've seen you progress, and I really appreciate how much you've done and how much you've given of yourself to the community, to us, the fans of music, and how you stay true to it. So you should be proud of yourself, because we are proud of you for sure. Vivian Chavez says, wow, just wow. Again, a great song and vocals, Ali. There you go.
Thank you, Vivian.
Marina, how are you doing? Hello, the amazing Indio. I'm not amazing. And her vocals are beautiful. Yes, they are.
Thank
Marina, I hope that you're doing better, sweetheart. I didn't want to bother you. I know you were been sick, but I hope that you're doing better. And yes, Marina knows talent. She's got a great ear for it. She's got more records, and she knows what she's talking about for sure. So, yeah, great compliment. One of my favorite songs Ali sings is Volver, Volver, Shelly Laris' style. Yeah, and that's a hard song. That's a really hard song for you. I have a song, one of my favorite songs from Shelly, because, like I said, I've known Shelly since she was a teenager. And I have all of her albums. And it's Renacer. And I'll send it to you. And it's a song that is powerful. It's emotional, but man, when she sings it, it's incredible. And she won't sing it for me, you know. And I offered her money. $2 is a lot of money, dude. It just she's like, hell no. But no, it's a great song, and it's wonderful to see you moving forward and doing so much. Let me ask you this: have you thought about doing a collaboration with somebody, or are you still just working on your music, or has that ever crossed you, or has anybody asked you to do a collaboration before?
I haven't been asked to do collaborations, but I've been asked like if I had to do a collaboration, who I would do it with. And honestly, I don't know because everybody's great, but I really want to push myself out there being Allie, and then maybe later on be Allie and someone else. You know?
Well, I mean, a collaboration just could be just one song, I
It
mean,
could, yes, but for right now, I think it's just
You know what? You know what would be cool is to get all these new and upcoming artists like Ezekiel that plays the accordion. He's from New Mexico, I think.
hmm yeah,
Right?
he's a great kid, 15 years old.
Yeah, yeah. You know, just grab all these kids that play music that are very young and put something together.
whatever it
Put a
is, just
song
something.
together. You know,
Yeah, there's a
like Miguelito could be on the drums.
oh yeah, he's
You know?
super talented for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of Camila plays the bajo,
accordion.
and Bella plays the accordion.
Yeah.
Your accordion player, Alyssa, isn't it? Alyssa's the
Yes.
one. Yeah, she's wonderful, wonderful accordionist. She's amazing. Actually, I've seen her just do some incredible stuff. She's you need to ask her to play her medley that she did for the contest. It's just I was just blown away by it. Smooth and easy, effortlessly. She just stood up there and smiled, and I was like,
And you know the weird thing about that is Alyssa and her family are actually from a town that on my wife's side in Mexico, they're actually from the same town.
oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, that's good. That's it's funny how the world works that way. Um, Luis says, "Hey Alfredo, my dad listens to Journey song as part of their rock and roll. Which Journey song though?
Yeah, which one?
Yeah, which one? Which one are you talking about, bro?
What
Just a
exactly?
small town girl
Yeah.
living in a
No.
lonely world." Dang,
Don't
because
stop
we're all gonna
believing.
start singing.
Don't stop believing.
Don't stop. Yeah. No, that's good. So, would you turn down a collaboration if somebody asked you, "Hey, can we do a collab?" You know.
No, I would never turn down a collaboration. I'd
Hmm.
be grateful to collab with anybody who's willing to collab with me.
Let me ask you this: seeing Alyssa play the way she does, would you want to pick up an instrument, or have you tried to pick up an instrument? I know you played accordion. I've seen you play accordion, and you're actually very good. But have you thought of playing a different instrument, or have you thought about picking something up?
I picked up the bass just to play a little something, but it's just like when I get bored and have nothing to do, I pick up instruments and play whatever comes to my mind. So, but recently, accordion has been like one of my top things. It's fun to play, and it keeps me busy. So,
So nothing right
no,
now.
no,
Yeah, I think she's more trying to focus on her just singing.
yeah, just singing, of
Yeah.
course. But knowing instruments is never bad, a never bad thing. So.
Well, I mean, that's still good. Concentrate on your instrument and make sure that you get it right because, you know, it's okay. Not everybody has to sing. I mean, has to do two things. You know, look at Ram. He just sings. You know, he's
Does
really
he actually play anything? Does he know how?
he can play a mean cowbell.
I want the cheese grater for the stage. When I
The Weedle,
yeah, that one.
Yeah,
the cheese grater. You just like
I want one of those.
yeah, I want a Weedle, a cheese grater. I have one. I do percussion as well. I have congas, timbales, the cheese grater. I have the samba whistle,
what is the actual official name of that?
Wheel.
Weedle.
No, I'm talking about the one that's a steel
The steel
mesh.
one,
The
the
mesh.
mesh one.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Because the Weedle is actually a wood one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I have to think about it. I have to. It'll come to me.
That'll be the lesson of the day.
Yeah. Luis says I was talking about "Don't Stop Believing."
Oh,
Just a
okay.
small town girl
That was
living in a lonely. Hijo de su- Stop it, dude! No, don't do it. Don't do it. Yes, Journey's my favorite, dude. My favorite. They're my favorite band. I always loved it, and it was hard because I, I I used to sing it and I would smoke a lot. And oh my gosh, it was so hard to keep the notes, you know, because when you smoke it, it tightens your throat,
It
you know.
was kind
So
of it was kind of amazing that the the vocalist that they replaced Steve Perry with
oh yeah, yeah.
sounded exactly like him.
He's actually he's from the Philippines,
Yeah, yeah, he's
and
Filipino.
the deal is there's a show from the Philippines. It's called uh, Who You Sound Like, It's like a singing
Like a talent.
contest,
Yeah, yeah.
and and um, and they those guys, they really they can play some. I mean, they can sing some really. They just sound so awesome. And there's these. They're called the Tri Boys. I think that's what they're called. They're like 13, 14 years old, and they do some amazing songs. But karaoke's really big there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've known. I've had Filipino friends, and
Guayo,
they're big into karaoke.
Guayo. That's what it's called.
Oh, the okay, yeah, yeah.
Guayo. And it's just because Janie said, "Oh my gosh, Indio doesn't have the answer." Not cool, girl.
Grandma,
Not
not everybody's perfect, Grandma.
not cool. Okay, what's the circumference of the Earth minus the circumference of the Earth? I mean, the circumference of the Moon divided by the distance of the two.
I know this one.
Do you? 1,543,678.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Okay. Just- They're like, shut up, Lawrence, already. We want to hear some music. Let's hear some music then. Let's hear another song. I'm such a dork. You know what? One of the songs that I really loved, and it's funny because when I first put it on the air, people were like, "Wait, who's this chick? Who is this? Who is this?" And but it's because it was a good distance from your first song. Your first song, I'm a child, don't put it all on me, which was more of an anthem for children, especially right after the shooting in Uvalde. But then you came up with Mi Fascinación, and that one you could really see the growth spurt in your vocal ability from there to there, and people were, I was getting a lot of emails, a lot of messages, and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, it's still one of my favorite songs. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that. What do you say?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Mi Fascinación from Allie. That is Alfredo the Lone Meskin. And I am just Indio here on Kivu Radio.
No sé vivir sin ti, sin tus caricias no soy nada. Quiero oír tu voz, tu respiración. Quédate junto a mí, dime en secreto que me amas. En mi corazón hay una explosión. Amor, cuando te miro me siento estremecer. Si tú me prometes ser siempre mi amor, yo te entregaré completo el corazón. Eres tú mi fascinación. Si me das un beso yo te entrego dos. No te tardes tanto, ven aquí mi amor. Eres tú mi fascinación. Eres mi obsesión. Quédate junto a secreto que me amas en mi corazón. Hay una explosión, amor, cuando te miro, me siento estremecer. Si tú me prometes ser siempre mi amor, yo te entregaré completo el corazón. Eres tú mi fascinación. Si me das un beso yo te entrego dos. No te tardes tanto, ven aquí mi amor. Eres tú mi fascinación. Eres mi obsesión.
Great song. I love it. I love it. I love it. Every time I listen to that, I play the bass, and I'm like, that's why I'm wearing my sunglasses.
Right.
See, Alfredo knows this. You know, when you play bass, you gotta wear your sunglasses. You gotta.
Right?
That's
Because
what.
not your head.
Yeah, and you gotta do the turtle.
That's how they all play the bass. They all like they play and then they all go like this and then they just look around.
Yeah, they just look around.
Like that's what he does.
I play the bass too, but I'm usually like this. Actually, you know how bad it is that when I'm playing the bass, I'll usually look over at the guitar player and I'm watching his chord. Look over at watching how the keyboard is going.
Get sure you're on the right note.
Yeah, make sure, yeah. I remember we were at one event and I was telling the keyboard, A, and then afterwards he's like, the dude kept yelling at me. No, I was telling you we were in the key of A. Antonio Vargas says, hey, very nice, great vocals. Yes, they are. I told you that song really blew up on the station when it came on, and it was really one of, you know, it showed your growth right away. That's the biggest jump right there, in the sense that it was very. It was just a really, really good song. The way it was put together, it really fit well.
And like I mentioned earlier, I mean, people that listen to the song, they would never think that a 12-year-old was singing.
Correct. Yes. You're absolutely right. That's one of the things that people are like, who is she? Who is she? Who is she? You know, and that was one of the things that was really struck me. It's because they didn't have any, you know, they couldn't picture. Wait, that's the girl. You know, yeah, it really is. Jenny says that's my favorite song to date. It is. Yeah. Wait till she sings one of the songs I've written.
We're waiting.
Yeah, I wrote this real cool song. It's about you know, hanging out with some friends and dancing. It goes like this, pa 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 charanga. You know, and nobody's ever heard this song before. But anyway, it's really gonna take off. I swear, it's gonna be like really hot.
Charanga song?
Just- So anyway, hey, we've come to that part of the show where I give you the floor for you to go ahead and say your shout outs and everything else, and mention, you know, your thank yous and where you're going to be at, where you're going to be performing. Also, don't forget to remind people to
Check it
go to
out.
your Facebook. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and step out. It's just going to be you and Alfredo. So just go ahead and take the show.
I want to say thank you to all of my family members who have supported me throughout everything and just really pushed me to be a better me, because without my team, I wouldn't be where I am today. Thank you to Shelly for taking me under her wing and believing in me, and everybody, all of Shelly's team, just for giving me a chance, and I'm super happy with where I am today, and I wouldn't be here without God and
her support,
family
yeah.
and support.
And your favorite DJ Indio.
NDO. Check out the Facebook.
Alfredo.
Yeah, big shout out to NBO. He's awesome. He's awesome. He's a good friend, and he'll bend over backwards for you. He'll help you in whatever you need. He's a great guy. So shout out to NBO and everybody that chimed in today. Thank you very much for supporting Allie and her musical journey, and great things to come.
Oh yeah, thank you so very much. By the way, you didn't have to say that about me. I'm not. I'm just a guy. I'm just some regular old Joe Schmo. Y'all guys are the ones that put everything together, and thank you so very much. I have a question for you, Ali. Have you thought about when you're on stage that people are gonna dance the very first song to your music? People are gonna hold hands for the very first time to your music. They may even fall in love and dance their first dance with them, with your music. Has that ever crossed your mind?
No, it hasn't.
Welcome to the industry. Welcome to the industry. It's gonna happen. It will happen. I guarantee you. So, and that's wonderful. And you know what? I am truly amazed by your career so far, and I have nothing but high hopes for you. I know that you're gonna get there. I know I may be silly sometimes, but I guarantee you, I believe you. I firmly believe in your talent and what you can do. And if there's anything that I can do, I will be here. All you have to do is ask, for sure. Vivian says, God bless you, Ali, with all your musical journey, on your musical journey, for sure. Yeah. And just keep at it, girlfriend. Keep at it, keep going. And if you need me, I am here. All you have to do is just give us a call, and you know I will be there. And thank you to each and every one of y'all for being here. Alfredo, thank you so very much for being here, brother. And thank you for allowing me to call you friend. And for all of y'all that were listening in as well, I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Janie, for joining us as well. Each and every one of y'all, thanks a lot. I know it's been tough these past few weeks with everything that's going on in the world and all the hatred and everything else. Hopefully, we brought a little smile to your face, and we can have an opportunity to be human with each other and be kind with each other. We can joke around and everything else, but remember, ultimately, we're here to live a good life. We're not here to suffer. We're here to live a good life, and we can share that good life and even live an even better life when we move on. With that being said, if today was a bad day for you, if you did not have a good day today, just remember that every day planes take off against the wind. You matter. You are loved. God bless. We're going to leave you with Allie's song, the mariachi song, so that way y'all can go ahead and enjoy it. And I really do appreciate you, Allie, for being here. If you could stick around a little bit so we can take care of some radio business. And Vivian says, great interview, Indio. We all matter. God bless you and yours. Buenos noches. Buenos nachos. That's what happened when I stole somebody's cheese. They came out there, nacho cheese, nacho cheese. And I was like, good, I'll just put it on some. No, just kidding. It's like, Janie says, Allie, everything is possible with God by your side. Definitely. God by your side, strengthen your heart, believe in yourself. It's the easiest thing. The greatest travesty that we have is when we lie to ourselves. That is for sure. With that being said, here is Allie with her current single, which I just completely forgot. I was stalling for time. I don't remember the song. Por Amor a Ti, right?
Yes.
I know because I wrote it right there. So, Por Amor a Ti from Allie. And guys, if you need a band, give her a call. Yeah. They're actually really, really good. I guarantee you, they're very, very good. Great music, and just because they're young doesn't mean they don't know the songs, because she sings them all, and I've heard her. So, and Alfredo, he can teach her, so he knows a lot of music too. Yeah, he's a cool dude. The Lone Miskin says so. Allie Ray, go to their shows, buy their merch. November, right, is your next show?
November 2nd at Fusion Park in Houston.
Fusion Park in Houston. If you need it, so that she's got a couple of dates open there in October. So go ahead and give her a call just in case you need a band. Por Amor a Ti from Allie goes like this. God bless. Hasta luego.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
ojos tú me encadenaste